Hello, Geminis on YouTube. So I am trying this setup today. We will see how it goes. Um, so this is going to be a collective reading for the general collective of Gemini. So if you have Gemini in your chart, Sun, Moon, Rising heavily in your chart, you identify with the sign of Gemini, then this reading is for you. But please, please always take each reading as it resonates, let it land wherever it lands in your life, and use your own free will and good judgment to make decisions based on what you hear in this reading or any reading, Gemini. If you are a cross watcher, Gemini is May 21st through June 20th, and Gemini is an air sign. So I've already pre-shuffled. You see the cards? You see the cards? I'm using the Light Seers Tarot for most of the cards, and I'm also getting I got a couple from my Oracle deck. And this is for June 2023. We're already on the 3rd of June, guys. Life happens, you know what I mean? And I'm doing my best to make it through the zodiac. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Heidi Corona, Spirit Speak Psychic Medium. Heidi is the name that I go by. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and I'm right here on YouTube. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, feel free to click that notification bell so you don't miss anything from me. Let's dive in. So your monthly theme, this is how it's going to work, guys, if these don't fall. I'm going to start here with your overall monthly theme for the month of June. I'm going to work my way through your spread, and then I'll come back to your final guidance cards, okay? So Gemini, shower water is your monthly theme for June, and shower water to me indicates the need for energetic cleansing. Okay, so I feel like based on, I haven't even read your cards, but you can see them there, right? And shower water indicates the need to cut ties with old things that aren't serving you anymore. Even more than that, Gemini, I feel like there is a definite need to cleanse not only the relationships. I feel like there's some energy clinging there. Okay, so maybe getting yourself some selenite to kind of keep your energy cleansed and clear and cut cords between you and other people. If you know who these people are that you have removed from your life, or places, or coping mechanisms, or whatever things you are shedding and releasing, okay, Gemini, but you're kind of having a hard time shaking it, or you're kind of having a hard time letting go in your heart or mentally releasing that stuff. So just go ahead in your mind, in your heart, or in your mind, in your heart, or out loud, just say the word yes. And your divine spirit team will sever the energetic connection between you and that thing that you're having a real hard time letting go of. Okay. Energetically, sometimes we can be so entangled with other scenarios or other people or other relationships, connections, things going on, experiences, even experiences from the past. We can get entangled in that and have this cord that just wraps us tight inside, and it doesn't even go elsewhere. It's just within ourselves. So we can do this. This can happen, Gemini, and I feel like there's like the chance that this could be happening to you in June. So if you feel this message, just in your mind, in your heart, or out loud, say yes, and let your spirit team apply some energy management techniques to your field to help you feel a bit more freed up in that area. Okay. Now, I come back to this as your monthly theme, shower water, because this may be a practice that you need to begin implementing more regularly, Gemini, especially as you're growing and evolving and wanting to make changes in your life. In order to, they're telling me now, Spirit is telling me now, Gemini, in order to ensure that the changes that you are making, that you're desiring to make, that you're following through with making, are sustainable, and you are able to hold that frequency, it's very important that you begin implementing some energy management techniques, as in cleansing your energy field, releasing things that don't serve you regularly. At night, when you're going to sleep, release all that no longer serves you. Fill yourself with love and light and God energy, source energy, creator energy, and flush your system completely. You can do that also during the shower. That's why the card is shower water. You can ask your divine emissaries, your spirit team. You can say, hey, spirit, since I'm taking a shower anyway, and I'm cleaning my physical vessel, can you please clean my energy, right? Cleanse my energy field. Remove anything that doesn't serve me. Anyone else's energy, just send it right back to them, and call all of my energy back to me. These are ways in which we can kind of not even realize how scattered we may find ourselves, guys. Spirit is bringing this to me, Gemini, and I feel like you may not buy into this. Okay. You may not exactly buy into this, but just try it, a regular practice of cleansing your energy, and notice how much more stable, calm, and in the flow of life you feel yourself to be. Okay. And then you'll realize, wow, I should just continue to implement this practice. It really is only about words and intention and belief in your spirit team who is helping to guide and direct you. And right now they're guiding you to cleanse that energy, Gemini, for real. So let's just say that this might be an 18 and over broadcast, because sometimes I cuss on my videos. And also sometimes we talk about sensitive things. So just mind yourself, guys, just in case. Let's dive in with love. In the area of love and relationships, Gemini, you have the Queen of Swords that is stepping forward for you here. The Queen is not misemotional. In fact, the Queen could sometimes be referred to as that B word. Okay, I'm not saying that you are that. What I'm saying is, sometimes when we have been kind of a pushover for a while in our lives, and then we decide to begin enforcing our own free will, okay, or our own healthy boundaries, then sometimes people might say, hey, look at her, she's a B word, okay? I just want to say this now, because in the area of love and relationships, the Queen of Swords is not a bad card, Gemini, but this is about your plan, your strategy, your cleverness, your resourcefulness to get you from point A to point B. And that might be quite a distance out. You may be really thinking in the long term. You might be making some deep cuts in the relationships of people that you're in connection with, okay? You might be deciding to remove people from your life. Like, man, why didn't I do this a long time ago? You don't serve my life, or you don't benefit me. I don't benefit you. In fact, we seem wrong for each other. Whatever this could be, Gemini, I see you kind of picking and choosing. Your spirit team is telling me now, potentially categorizing the different relationships in your life, but that's okay when you're doing this objectively, so that you can decide who you want to proceed forward with and who you don't. Okay. So I see that you're doing this. Now, I do say her in symbology, water or cups of water is symbolize emotions. Okay. So her little cup of water here is behind steel bars. That means she's not making this emotional decision. She's really thinking this through. She's planning things in a realistic and logical way, and she knows that they can come to pass in much the same way, because she's using her own experience, wisdom, mixed with her intuition to decide how to proceed in life. So I feel also with her sword pointing down and backwards, Gemini, Spirit is drawing my attention to the fact that you've been very careful with your words. And this is a very positive thing, because especially when we have emotionally charged periods, even if you're not the one, maybe other people are having their emotionally heightened states, and then you're talking with them, engaging with them. Spirit is telling me now that you've done a really great job of restraining some of the nonsense that didn't necessarily need to come forward, or just being there to listen and be receptive to people. They're letting me know that you've really held back, and it's not a bad thing. It's not like you're not speaking your truth. It's almost like you've refrained from oversharing, almost in a way, in scenarios where it may not serve the scenario, not necessarily you. Okay, so that's a great way to put it. Spirit is really applauding how objective you've been, and you've been there for people who matter, and you've been able to kind of hold your tongue at times when you knew it was for the best. Okay, so that is what I have in 11 relationships for June. Continue with that momentum. That also brings me back to your shower water as your overall monthly theme, because that's cleansing the energy of your communication. Okay, you're learning when do you really need to say something, and when could you stand not to. And more than that, when you do speak up, how are you saying these things? What approach are you taking? How are you coming across to the scenario? I see you really putting some thought into this now. And your spirit team is saying, bravo, Gemini, because in some of those scenarios you're dealing with, it's not always been easy, but they see this and they know this, and they're very proud of your progress. Okay. So let's dive in with your money, finances, and career. Oh, I almost dropped your card. Whoa. Okay, Gemini. So you've got the Six of Cups here. And this could indicate a lot of different things on the money, finances, and career. I really do see youthful nostalgia in this card. Innocence, carefree, freedom. This could be a job that you have grown at. Okay, money, finances, career. You may be a very stable individual. I'll just say this right now. Okay. And if you're not, that's okay. There's another message that we can dive into on this, because I'm into many for Gemini here. But what I see for some Geminis is that in the money finances, you've kind of grown into the space where you're at. You've matured to a space of comfort and emotional contentment as far as your finances. I do want to say this. As we move through life, we always grow and change and evolve. And I feel, Gemini, like you might feel a little monotonous in some areas there. This could be at work. We're talking about money, finances, career, but it could be, I really do see like the monotony of me and my partner or me and my family breaking off to go to the work thing and coming home, and it's all this ho-hum routine. And it's not necessarily a bad routine. In fact, it's become quite a comfortable routine. But I do feel like in some of these instances, the comfort can become boredom. The comfort can become stagnation. And Gemini, I encourage you in these areas of your life where you feel like I feel like you may feel a touch afraid of, oh no, I can see that things are becoming boring, or stagnant, and I don't want distance or estrangement from the relationships in your life. This could even be at work as well, friends. I'll just say this right now, since I'm kind of on both fronts. I feel like it's encouraged to you to really speak up and reach out to the people who are closest to you and decide to do something a little different, a little out the norm, shake up the status quo, even if that means bringing back something from the past that used to work very well. Okay. On the home front and at work, guys, I feel this here. Methods from the past, enjoyable activities from the past, icebreakers, tactics, strategies, these kinds of things from the past that used to be successful that you may have kind of, put to the wayside or kind of lost sight of and forgotten all about. And now, this is going to come into my awareness and I should implement this now. Even if in the past it kind of got put to the wayside because it wasn't successful. Spirit is saying, sometimes life gets busy, okay? That may be why it wasn't successful then, but now the energy patterns are new. So are you, and so are everyone else involved. Even if it's the same folks, the energy is new, okay? And now is a better time to begin implementing some of those things to kind of draw people back into cohesion at work and at home, guys. Take that where you need it. They're giving me one more message about that career, okay? Because like sometimes we can just be in that ho-hum monotony of I've worked at the same job for however long and it's always been this way and I just go for my paycheck and maybe I'm not living my passion and loving my job. And, you spend a lot of time at work. Especially if you're going for 8+ hour shifts, doesn't matter. That is a good chunk of your day, a good chunk of your time that you're kind of obligated to go and show up and kind of obligated to go and do whatever's necessary for you to do there. And sometimes when we begin to feel this slight little distastefulness for our job or even having to go there, it happens, friends. It always happens to all of us. Spirit is saying that it's very important to check your attitude before you head to work. Remember why you got that job in the first place. Remember why you even chose to work there. Know that you are showing up. This is for some specific folks here. Just take this if you need it. You are showing up there to be paid for a service. Okay. Just like everyone else. Sometimes we can really take our jobs personally. Sometimes we can feel like that's the social connection. Okay, Spirit is really letting me know right now for some of those folks that work has become some kind of drama or distasteful or, oh my gosh, this isn't, I'm not even making ends meet, or this is barely a means to an end, whatever this is, to kind of shake up those patterns. Remember why you started. Remember why you're there. Remember that you're getting paid to do a job. Do your best. Do your best and you will feel better about it. Show up with a grateful attitude of I'm here to earn the lifestyle that I'm living. I'm going to put in all of the effort that I can into this because it is truly sustaining me on the other end. Putting that into perspective can help you feel a little less grudging about moving your day into the work mode. Okay, Gemini, take that if you need it. Let's keep going. Apparently, I'm talking today in the home life. Gemini. In the home life, you have major arcana card number 3, the Empress. So I feel like, hey, some Geminis might be expecting. I'll just say that she is Pregos there. So that could be something, you're a new addition to the family, a new addition to your home, a new addition to your schedule or your routine. It could be any of those things in the home life there. But I do feel like the birthing of new creativity, the birthing of new ideas, the birthing of new family together time, the birthing of new plans for the future, expansive plans for the future for you and others as far as your home goes. Do you see how she's expanding globally here? And she is in alignment with her divine path. She's divinely supported with these angel wings around her shoulders. She can go anywhere and do anything she wants to do. I feel like you're shaking up the norms of your home life, if not attempting to move completely. Maybe you're redecorating in the month of June, giving a facelift to a certain room of your home, setting up a sacred space, Gemini. I'm not sure what you're up to. Maybe you're planning to move completely. Maybe you're spending time scrolling your phone, looking for housing in other areas because you're really thinking about shaking things up in a very big way. And I want you to know that if that's you, Gemini, yes, you can. I feel your doubt. And I'm glad that you're allowing yourself to window shop your way into a brighter future. One day that window shopping won't be window shopping any longer. You're moving in a very positive direction. And yes, you can. Spirit supports your growth. Spirit supports your progress in the name of a happy and fulfilled life for yourself and the people that you care about. Now, your self-care needs. Wow. 2 of Cups is what you have. Gemini, self-care, 2 of Cups. Now, this is about harmonious partnerships, okay? So I feel like loving yourself as much as you love everyone else is very much the message on this card. One of them for sure, Gemini. So self-care needs, balanced, some kind of balance, man. I feel like you're give, do. And then maybe you run yourself into this sleeping pattern, and there's the balance there is not harmonious. You know what I mean? And I feel like you're making progress and that can keep you going for a while, but listening to your own needs and limitations is very important, Gemini. So I also feel, I must say this here, self-care needs asserting those healthy boundaries. Just like I said, even if they say that's the B word or whatever they want to say about it, because people don't like it when we begin to enforce our own free will or make choices that before were left in other people's hands. Okay. So I feel like enforcing that barrier there, that healthy boundary, enforcing that standard of integrity that you require other people to treat you with, respect, honor, love, all of these things must be reciprocal. Okay. So caring for yourself and requiring others to treat you respectfully as well, Gemini, is what I see here. As far as your self-care needs, allowing yourself to know that is an option for you. And if you've not yet experienced that, it's because you're experiencing the trials and the lessons right now that are carving out that part of you to get you to that space. It's kind of like going to the jacket store and trying on a bunch of different jackets and being like, oh my God, this jacket's itchy. Oh my gosh, this one doesn't fit right either. And finally finding the one that does fit. It's but you're trying on a couple of different jackets and finding out that they have flaws, and maybe those aren't flaws that you're willing to work with. Okay. That's what I feel here in many different areas of your life. And that's okay. That is part of your life plan. That is how it works here. And Spirit is cheering you on, Gemini. You're doing great. So let's keep going with this. Some unforeseen circumstances. Whoa. I feel like you might be doing greater than we can even imagine at this point. Gemini, 2 of Wands. I feel like in that home life area, you're making these big giant plans, unforeseen circumstances in June. Boom, boom. As soon as you see that plan, you're enacting it. As soon as you see that plan, you are enforcing it. You are taking wild jumps in that direction. I feel like you dive in headfirst, Gemini. I really do. As soon as that path opens up and it's clear to you, boom, you're all in, all or nothing, baby. That's what I see. Unforeseen circumstances, you will be following through with some really big moves in the month of June, 2023, Gemini. I want to hear about it, man. Drop a comment and let me know. I want to hear about your June, Gemini. I want to hear about how this resonates with you. And if you enjoyed this video, man, give it a thumbs up. I do appreciate that. I'm a real person just like you, and those thumbs matter. Those comments matter. If you subscribe to my channel, that stuff matters. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. So let's talk about other people. Other people in the month of June, Gemini, you've got the Three of Cups here. I feel like other people, they might be playing nice with you. Okay. You might have some friendships, some supportive networks. I honestly kind of feel like you're focusing on you and your plan for you and your folks. I feel like other people might be just, goofing around. I'll just say this. I don't feel like all of this, I feel like is within you. Your plans, the actions you're taking. I feel like it's things you're doing behind the scenes, and other people are none the wiser. They're playing video games and hanging out with their homeboys and, maybe, going to the movies with their girls and getting their nails done or whatever your friends are up to. I don't know. I'm just saying your friends, other people in your life, people you live with, coworkers, etc., they are involved in their own social lives, social matters, celebrations, upcoming this and that, and they have no idea about your plans. That's how I feel about it. If they do, they completely trust you on this. Okay. I'll just say that, Gemini. If they do have an idea about these big giant plans that you're planning on making and actually following through with in the month of June, they trust you. They're not sweating it at all. They're just chilling. All right. That's what I have for you. Other people, they ain't giving you no problems, at least not the people who matter. You within yourself. How are you feeling? 8 of Cups. Wow. Okay. Like I said, you're not Miss Emotional. Okay. She literally set her cup on fire. This one has it behind metal bars. What's going on, Gemini? I feel like you have emotionally detached from some bullshit. I'll say that right now. And spirit supports this. Okay. I said, whoa, on your reading. I mean that stuff, Gemini. Whoa. You are truly seeing the negativity in your life for what it is, and you are deciding to take empowered steps away from whatever it is. Okay. People, places, coping mechanisms, fill in the blank for yourself, Gemini. You are empowered. On the inside, I must say this, there can be a mourning aspect to this card. On the inside, you know that there is nothing left in some of those areas that can be done. You know that the best actionable step is to turn around and leave and completely just wash your hands of that and cut your losses. This is a very emotional decision to detach from something that may have been very important to you. And there can be a mourning period, a sadness period, an embarrassment period where your pride is wounded because shit, that didn't work out and I feel like a fool. Or man, I really let that mistake keep rolling on and on and on for quite some time. And I feel like a fool for letting it last that long. Okay, I feel this here within yourself. You know, enough's enough. Outwardly, how are you expressing this? 3 of Swords here. Maybe you're a yeller, Gemini. I'll just say this right now. Maybe you're a yeller. I see this here when people get angry, when people get hurt, when people are upset inside, they've suffered some kind of an emotional trauma, loss. They've got to make big decisions, whatever. And it's emotionally charged. Sometimes people can't scream and yell. They want you to hear them. Is that you? Is that you, Gemini? Outwardly, I see you truthfully expressing it's not a bad thing as long as you're not harming others or yourself. Okay. Let me dive in a little more deeply. Maybe you know nothing else can be done. Whoa, Gemini, Spirit is smacking me with a very specific message right now. And maybe you've stepped outside your marriage. Okay. Maybe whatever this is in your life that is so distasteful to you, you've decided to step outside of that and really fuck things up. Whoa, Gemini, listen, I need to say this, whether you're a yeller or a cheater or an actor-outer, it doesn't matter because you are still you. And no matter how you react or act to trigger this situation or to allow this to flow through you and ripple out into your life, just know that you are still living in your life. And the wounds that you may inflict on people who have hurt you or have let you down, the wounds that you inflict on them in a verbal way, in even in an intentional way, your motives, your intentions there, you've wounded them in emotional. I don't know, man. I see hurt people sometimes. And Gemini, you could be acting out in this way and not realizing it in the month of June. So please pay attention to the ways that your words can affect the people that do matter to you. Pay attention to the way that your actions can affect the people in your life or that you're connected to. I feel like you might be walking away from some stuff and you might be really causing some wreckage in order to do that and walk away successfully. Okay, so sometimes that is not necessarily what's needed, but Spirit is telling me now that maybe that's the excuse you need. You are the one who lives with the consequences of your own actions. There are healthier ways to approach a scenario, and then there are not as healthy ways, but we all have a choice. And just know that they're telling me now, Gemini, in order to protect yourself, and I'm not saying you're in danger, I don't predict that kind of shit, but what I'm saying is, in order to protect yourself, as as you know how they have like low blows, like below the belt, right? As low as you go with your jabs, your verbal jabs, or your actions, as low as you cut people to hurt them, that is as low as they're going to go to hurt you as well. So leaving things under a bad note is not necessarily how you want to start the next chapter of your life. Okay, it takes a lot of courage and bravery and strength to plan and decide that you're going to sit down and have a conversation, a serious adult conversation with whomever this is or whatever this is, and get honest and get right and just say, look, enough's enough. I'm an adult. I'm going to go my own way. And whatever you choose to do is your own free will choice as well. Deciding to do that can be really scary, but sometimes that is really necessary, and it can leave you with a lot less burned bridges. I'll say this, the loose ends aren't going to be all messed up. You know what I mean? You can really help work through things in a much more responsible way. And you're also teaching other people, whomever that is an option as well, because they might not know this. It might be like, we have to fight, that's the only way to have resolution. You don't necessarily have to do that. Keeping that energy cleansed and managed and not allowing people to spur you. In fact, planning how you want to communicate, like that Queen of Swords earlier, Gemini, very important for you to kind of get on the same page with others, especially if you're planning to cut ties and you're really lashing out. That's what I see here. So we all can do this. It's always a choice. It's a choice in the morning. It's a choice when someone pisses you off. It's a choice in the afternoon. It's a choice tomorrow. If you want to allow whatever those feelings are to come out in a negative fashion, or if you want to deal with them within the quiet of your own solitude in whatever way works for you. And finding that out is crucial. Some people can exercise out their frustrations. Some people paint, some people sing, some people clean, some people, I don't know what else I want to say there. Just whatever it is that you do. Some people cry in the shower. All right. Some people cry. Whatever it is that you do that can help you move through those emotions and not necessarily directed at people that you don't intend for that to, would be much healthier. This video has gotten a little lengthy, but Gemini, you got some shit going on this month, man. I feel for you. I feel for you. So let's continue with this now. We've covered all of this. Let's go with what you're releasing. I can see. What are you releasing? The bullshit, man. This is Major Arcana card number 15, the Devil. You are releasing addictions, traumas, fears, phobias, manipulation, control issues, perversions, different kinds of coping mechanisms or unhealthy behaviors, temptations, things that keep suckering you back in, things that take advantage of you, things that use you, things that hurt you. Okay, use you and hurt you, Gemini. This is what you're releasing. How empowered are you? Know that every time you cleanse your energy with your shower water, every time you ask your divine spirit, your angels, your creator, whomever you're connected to release anything that doesn't serve you, to assist you and guide you on your path, every time you ask source, God, creator, into your life, into your heart, into your body, it makes this kind of energy dissipate and flee and leave. And consistently doing this will clear up the patterns of your life quicker than you can imagine. I've got chills right now, Gemini. You are on the right track. If it feels funny, it does feel funny for a reason. Continue to listen to your inner knowing, because you are releasing bad habits, bad patterns, negative coping mechanisms, negative life patterns, whatever, left and right, left and right. And how are you doing this? They're telling me because you're being present with people who matter, you're listening with a much more open ear than you ever had before, and you're really loving yourself so much to the point that you will not tolerate any of this lower vibe stuff. So I see how, wow, you're wanting to release it. It's moving through you. I said this, all these feelings that you want to let go of, you are doing it and you're allowing it to move through you. Remember to try a constructive outlet, even if it's physical activities, singing, journaling, you guys, furiously, and then burning those pages to get them the heck out of your life and the heck out of your head and your heart and your energy field. Releasing more and more of the traumatic patterns that have imprinted themselves on your life. Somehow it happens to us all, guys. Releasing that. Good job, Gemini. What are you manifesting? You are manifesting the Ace of Wands here. Something new. Something new. The Ace is a brand new pattern in your life that can shake up the norm and replace the old and really reinvigorate you. So I see that you're releasing all of the right things, Gemini, to become a healthier, more empowered version of yourself in the month of June. And I can see how hard it is. Okay. I can see how hard it is, but you're on the right track. You're doing the right things. Okay. No more enablement. They're telling me now, Gemini, no more enablement. Who enables you? All right. Remember that the next time somebody wants something from you, who enables you? Who hands you stuff, Gemini? Who cares for you? It's got to be you first, and it's got to be you now. This Ace is you caring for yourself again and again and again, every day, time and again, no matter what it is that you happen to need or want or desire. You get to allow yourself to desire things now, Gemini. How amazing is that? Good for you. I love this. I love this. Okay, so what could bring you down in the month of June? Eight of Swords. If you guys are lost, I want you to check this reading at the end of the month after some shit has gone down. And I want you to drop a comment and let me know about these restrictions that you have shattered. I'm telling you, what can bring you down in the month of June? Something has happened. You are feeling stifled. You are feeling bound and restricted by some kind of circumstances in your life in June, Gemini. And that can really piss you off. I feel this here. That can put the fire under your butt to really cause you to make these big, giant changes and shed this energy that does not serve you. And why I do feel a touch of other people don't care how they make me feel. So guess what? I choose me. Gemini, I love this empowered energy. So what can bring you down? What can bring you down is feeling trapped, restricted, feeling like your hands are tied, feeling like you can't move or breathe or do what you want to do, feeling like you don't have all the choices, feeling confined in some way. Just know that she only feels herself to be these things. She is not this in reality. She can stand up and walk away and say, hey, circumstances be damned. I'm going to go live my life without that crap, without that baggage, without your say-so opinion, without your nonsense, without that drama. So this can bring you down, but it brings you to this space of, I'm mad enough to do something about it. Gemini, whoa, I say it again. Okay, so what can lift you up in the month of June? King of Wands, I'm doing something about it. I could not make this up if I tried. I'm doing something about it. And that is what I feel good about. I am the master of my life. I drive the ship. I direct myself. I make the choices. I make the moves. I'm not intimidated. He has backup there and does not need it. He has radar. He is scanning. He knows. The King of Wands is actions, man. He takes things into his own hands and does it. And Gemini, I know you're like that. But as of lately, your spirit team is telling me that for how long, Gemini, have you taken things into your hands and made something happen for someone else? Always, they're telling me, it has been for someone else, for someone else, for someone else. And now it's time for you to use all that resourcefulness that you have for you to better your life, improve your health, love yourself more, become happier, change the circumstances that dissatisfy you so that you no longer can be weighed down and oppressed by whatever this is going on so that you can enjoy your life again, Gemini. I feel you taking this power tangibly back into your own hands, and it feels great. Spirit supports you on this. So what is your final guidance here? You've got 2 cards. This one's from the Light Seers Tarot, 8 of Pentacles. Work your butt off. It's hard work that pays off. Consistency, dedication, even if it seems like time is passing so slowly, progress is important, okay? It is movement in the right direction, and that is all it takes, is consistent progress. Even if you take time out to rest, even if you take time, you have to keep at that goal. And the goal is walking away from things that don't serve you and keeping those connections severed, embracing things that are positive for you and in your life, leaning into those things and allowing them more space, more time, more influence on your energy, your emotions, your mind, your path. Leaning into the things that work for you, that are taking you in the direction that you see yourself having. That is your final guidance for June. And releasing this stuff, man, guilt and shame. I really, really feel like this all might sound well and good for you, Gemini, until you end this video and turn and look at your life and see the faces of the people with whom you're in connection with. And you go, wait a minute, I can't make all these empowered choices. What are you talking about? I'll affect so many people. I'll affect so many areas of my life. It's not so black and white and easy, Spirit Speaks Psychic Medium Heidi. I can feel you saying this. Why? Because you feel guilty about the effect that you are going to have on other people. What I want to say is this, Gemini, Spirit wants me to say, those who are in resonance with your path will come along. They'll fall in line. They'll jump on board. Those who are not in resonance with that path have a different path to take, and that's okay. Your choices are your own. Your empowered choices are what make you so unique and special. Did you know that those people with whom you feel guilty about making changes and how they'll be affected, did you know that they can make choices all by themselves? And I bet you they probably do. I bet you, Gemini, they don't tap your shoulder and run some stuff by you to make sure it's going to be cool, do they? I'm just saying. I feel the need to regain your own power. I feel you get battling the guilt over doing this. I want you to know that you've always had power over your own life, Gemini. It may not have felt like it, but you've always truly had it. We give our power away willingly by allowing others to take a bit too much of ourselves, by allowing ourselves to give a bit too much, too often, too consistently. It becomes this pattern where you're no longer living your own life, but you're living a life for others, or that others have designed for you. There is no guilt in living authentically. It's time that you cleanse those thoughts from your energy field. Cleanse the guilt, cleanse the shame, live authentically. Those who are in alignment with your authentic self will resonate and keep step with you. Those who need time to grow in a different environment may come back to you later. But your job is to be authentic, Gemini. Your job is to release all the things that you know hurt you or are bad for you or are no longer working in your life. And that is, you've got your work cut out for you. You know what these things are. Keep at it and you will see the improvement like night and day. That is what I have for you, Gemini. I thank you guys so much for sitting with me today. And I hope you enjoyed this Gemini reading. If you're not subscribed to my channel, my name is Heidi. Click that bell so you don't miss anything from me. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And I do book private sessions. I have tarot videos for order. And I'm also a psychic development teacher. I do have a program coming up. So if you're interested in connecting with me on another platform or on a deeper level, check out the links in the description box. I look forward to connecting with you guys. And until the next one, I send you guys all so much love, so much blessings, and wishing you the most fantastic June. Bye, Gemini.